All right, so World War II, Part 2. The majority of the war took place in the European theater between 1939 and 1941. Japan was taking over territories in China, Korea, Vietnam, the Pacific Islands during this period of time, but it's not really a part of the war that we worry about too much. There are a few things that we'll talk about, but we'll get there. So in the European theater, the Germans have a military force called a Blitzkrieg. It is a tank force, and it moves very, very quickly. And so the Germans quickly take over France, Belgium, Poland, and parts of Russia. And the Allies are really struggling to stop them at all. The war at this point looks pretty bleak. It looks like Germany's going to take over pretty much everything, and nobody's going to be able to stop them. Their military is superior. Their weapons are superior. They're well advanced. They're well developed. They're well planned. Their technology is ahead of what the Allies have. The United States is neutral, so they are, at this point, not involved in the war. They do supply weapons and technology and that kind of thing to the Allies, so they are sending weapons and those type of things to the Allies. They're not producing hugely large scale, but they are producing some. They are also making a lot of money. Well, not a lot, but they're making a decent amount of money off of these weapons that they are selling. In 1941, though, December 7th, 1941, Japan bombs Pearl Harbor. Like we said earlier, Japan had already taken over portions of Asia. And so Japan basically wants to provoke the United States and force them to join, so they get what they want. They bomb Pearl Harbor. They sink a bunch of U.S. ships. The U.S. was supposed to have their entire Pacific fleet in Pearl Harbor, but it was not there. There were a lot of aircraft carriers that were gone. So Japan was successful in their attack, and they provoked the United States, but they did not dismantle the United States the way that they had hoped. So the United States responded very quickly, and because they didn't lose all their aircraft carriers, they were able to get back in the war faster than Japan anticipated. So the next day, December 8th, FDR, Franklin D. Roosevelt, is the president. He was the president during the Great Depression as well. He declares war on Japan and Germany because they are obviously allies, so he has to declare war on both. And a couple of things happen, which we'll talk about in the next video. One is life in the United States changes a lot. What the role of people are, what the role of women is, the role of children. Everybody's life changes when the United States declares war. And then also the Allies, it looks like, have a chance to actually win this war because at this point, it looks like the Allies are going to get crushed, and Germany's going to take over everything. So the United States entering the war is large not only in how it affects the United States internally, but it's also really large in the fact that it gives everybody else pretty much hope that they might actually win the war. So on to video number 3.